You're now listening to the SNL Fan Podcast, and I'm your host, just some guy named Jay. And in this installment of the SNL Fan Podcast, what I'm talking about is the 5 new cast members that will be joining SNL for the 2013-2014 season. Now, at the time of doing this podcast, they're saying that this is not official yet. It's not set in stone. It is, saying that that these 5 could be in the cast next year or this upcoming season. But NBC, they haven't put out anything official yet. This is just blogs and things saying this. So we don't know yet, but I'm going to go on ahead and speak on it anyway, because it looks like, usually when these blogs put this stuff out, it seems that, end up being official later anyway. So I'm going to go on ahead and speak on it, But before I do that, I just want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out to Mr. Boom Boom Bang. Mr. Boom Boom Bang is an Atlanta-based hip-hop recording artist / producer / songwriter. He has a hot single out called "Don't Trust Nobody," and it's off his current mixtape called the Rebuild mixtape, which also had a single. He also dropped a single earlier this year called "Good Ones," talking about past relationships. Mr. Boom Boom Bang has hot beats. He has nice, lyrics that fit that match the tracks that he has, and his tracks are actually, they actually bang, So you got to check him out. Definitely check out Mr. Boom Boom Bang. I'm gonna put the mixtape, his blog, and the single in the information box below if you're interested in checking him out. And also too, I did a topic earlier this year called "Which cast members, would you want to boom boom bang if you had the chance?" Because that's how Mr. Boom Boom Bang got his name. He got his name from Boom Boom Banging the ladies. In addition to his tracks boom boom banging. So also check that out on the SNL Fan Podcast. See which cast members I said. Which female cast members. If I ever had that I would do. Which ones would I boom boom bang? All right, well, let me get into this current topic. Enough about that. I just want to give a quick shout out. The current topic, like I said, I want to talk about the 5 new faces that will be on SNL for the 2013-2014 season. And before I break down each one of these people individually, I want to give my initial reaction to this. I want to say SNL. I thought you guys were going to do it right this time. I'm going to watch the show anyway, and I'm still a big fan. It's not something that I don't have a salty taste in my mouth necessarily to a point where I'm like, oh my God, these guys are going to suck. Because I went back and did my research on them because I wanted to do that first before I did the podcast. So I checked out each one of them except for Kyle Mooney. I need to look up some more stuff on Kyle Mooney before I can really give a good little thing about him. I know he's in the the Good Neighbor or Good Neighbors. They're saying that these guys, this improv troupe, is like the next Lonely Island, but I don't know. I didn't see too much on them for me to really give an educated opinion. But overall, I want to say, what, this was SNL. See, this was SNL's chance to hire some people that's going to make people talk. Bloggers are talking about SNL is too white. Bloggers, people, not even just bloggers, but people that go on the Huffington Post and make comments, and people that go on Yahoo News and make comments. They're all saying the same thing, and even white guys are saying this. It's not just it's not just black women saying they want to see a black woman cast member. Everybody has been saying that since Maya Rudolph has left. They want to say we want to see another black chick. And they want to see a bona fide black chick, like a black chick, not a biracial woman, not a racially ambiguous, woman where she could be black, but she could be something else. But then again, she could be, no, they want to see a black chick. Everybody's been saying that. And I agree. I think if SNL cast a black chick, because people are talking about, well, I think Callie Hawk should be in the cast. I think Erica Ash should be in the cast. I think Sasheer, whatever her name is, I got to look her back up, should be in the cast. What's that chick that does those skits with, she does those skits with Kevin Hart's ex-wife? I know Kevin Hart's ex-wife is named Torrei Hart, but it's this light-skinned woman that does skits with her. They're called Pretty Fishes or something like that. She does a great Beyonce. People are talking about she should be on SNL. Look, there's a black chick on the Daily Show that people say, oh, she need to go on SNL. How come well, this is going to be another topic for the podcast because I can go on. I'm actually throw some names out there other than the ones that just named that could be good candidates to be on SNL. But when if SNL casts another black female, the whole world would explode, man. I'm telling you, the internet will crack in half because everybody is rooting for this. Everybody wants to see this. And I'm talking about they're ready for it. And I think SNL should give the people what they want, man. If they cast another black female, I think the season premiere ratings would be crazy. I think the buzz would be crazy for SNL for the upcoming season. I'm telling you. I guess they're waiting on Kenan to leave because I guess they figure, well, you know what, we can just put Kenan Thompson in a dress and call it a day. That's what they can just put a wig on Kenan Thompson and then okay, we don't need it because it looks like Kenan's gonna stay for another 10 years from the looks of it, But I just don't want to talk about just them not having a black woman. I also want to talk about the other casting mistakes. I ain't gonna say mistakes, but missed opportunities. That's what we're gonna say, missed opportunities, not mistakes. Because there's a few things there's a few types that SNL could have cast that would have just shattered the internet, just like they would have, like if they would have cast another black woman, they would have cast a black woman for this upcoming cast. Let me tell you who they should have got, and then after I tell you the types of people they should have got, then I'm going to weigh in on the actual people that they did get. All right, so let me check this out. Let me tell you, they should have got another Glue, another everyman. Bill Hader is gone. Jason Sudeikis is gone. They don't have a guy like that right now. Well, they do in the five. And I'm gonna talk about which guy that is, in a minute. They need a guy like a Phil Hartman, backbone kind of guy, a guy that can do a bunch of impersonations, a guy that could play the dads, a guy that could play just could play everybody, And SNL doesn't have that. SNL has like aside from not counting the five that they just hired, but I'm talking about just the ones that are just still remaining, like Taran Killam, right? Taran Killam's the foil. He can't play the straight man at all. And SNL, they need another straight man. They need another everyman. Taran Killam can't do it. Taran Killam doesn't look old enough to play a convincing dad in my opinion. I mean, he can play a dad to he is a father, but I mean, what is a kid, like 6 or something? He doesn't look like he'd play a father to the other cast members. He looks kind of young, and he's too over the top. He's too wild, and he's great at impersonations though. But he's just not. Taran Killam. I can't take him seriously playing a serious guy. That's not Taran Killam's thing. And I know a lot of people want Taran Killam to be that guy next season. He's the tall white guy. He's going to be the lead man. That's pretty much when people say all American and say leading man. That's basically code word for tall, handsome white guy. So and Taran Killam, of course, a tall, handsome white guy. So they're thinking, okay, yeah, he's going to be the guy. But no, he's not. Taran Killam can't be that guy, man. He's not going to be that guy. He's too goofy. And I mean, he's funny, but he's too far out to be a tame straight man. Are you with me? Do you feel me on that? Post your comments if you do or don't. Another guy they should have got, or another person, they should have got somebody, they should have got a familiar face. Because this next season of SNL, they don't really have any. Kenan Thompson is like the only, I hate to say it, Kenan Thompson is the only star that's going into next season. Taran Killam is still not a household name yet. People still have a vague, oh well, I think I know who that is. Bobby Moynihan still isn't mainstream accepted in my opinion. I think Bobby Moynihan, this might be Bobby Moynihan's year, but his previous years wasn't his year. Like he's still up and coming. He's still like the guy that people, the fat guy from SNL. If Bobby Moynihan doesn't come back next season, which I know he will, but if he didn't, I don't think too many people will. I don't think he's going to be, I don't think people would, I think it'd be a while before somebody say, what happened to him? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think he's making a big enough impact. They need a familiar face. I think, and SNL should, what I mean by familiar face is they need a washed up B-list actor or that can do sketch comedy, or they could get like a well-known comedian. You know, get one of these comedians that auditioned in the previous cast that, you know, they didn't make it. I mean, even if he's an older person, even if it's like a Marc Maron. I know, you know, Marc Maron does his own thing, or somebody like this. I know he said James Adomian or whatever. I can't say his last name. The James A guy. He's a gay guy. He's a comedian. He was on The Last Comic Standing. He does great impersonations. The word on the street, he has auditioned a couple of times, and he doesn't want to do it again unless he's offered SNL right off the top. And that's just, you know, stuff that's been going on blogs and things like that. Just me reading bits and pieces. But, you know, somebody like that, somebody that has some kind of name recognition, or somebody that has enough heat to where him being cast would be the news. You know, and notice I'm saying guy. I'm not saying chick. I'm saying a male cast member, a male, well-known, you know, either comedian or washed-up actor or washed-up sitcom actor or something like that. That would just blend with the cast. Because they need somebody. SNL needs somebody that you remember. A lot of people still not. I mean, Jay Farrow, he has some heat on him. But people they're not even really familiar with Jay Farrow. He's just known as the guy who does Obama. Oh, he's the guy that does Obama. He's the guy that does the black impersonations. You know, SNL doesn't have a star right now. Kristen Wiig's gone. Andy Samberg's gone. All the stars are gone. You know, except for Kenan Thompson. Kenan Thompson is the only person in the cast that's a household name. Kenan, I mean, hate it or love it. I don't care if you don't like Kenan Thompson. I don't care if you think he's lame. You can't deny that people know who the heck he is. People know who Kenan Thompson is. They don't know the rest of the cast. Casual SNL fans casual SNL viewers, the people who just watch based on whoever the musical guest or host is. Oh, I'll watch this week because such and such is hosting. They don't know the rest of the cast. They know Kenan Thompson. You know, so this was SNL's, you know, big opportunity to get somebody that's a familiar face that will draw people in every week, you know. So they missed out on that opportunity. I mean, they could have got a former Mad TV cast member. You know, they could have got a guy from a sitcom that didn't, you know, Paul F. Thompkins or something. I know not Paul F. Tompkins per se, but think Paul F. Tompkins. You know, in that kind of realm. Get somebody off of VH1, one of them VH1 commentary guys. They need to think like that, you know. Okay, let me keep going before I bore you guys. If you're still listening. Now this has been coming up in a lot of message boards that I've been seeing. An Asian guy. Now I know. Now I'm not talking about Bobby Lee, because Bobby Lee was kind of the brand in the face of Mad TV. But I'm pretty sure there's an Asian guy. A lot of people say, well, Asians aren't funny, but I don't think we've seen enough of them to really make that judgment. I mean, there's not enough. I mean, I bet you there's a lot of funny Asian people over there in Japan or over there in Korea or over there in Asian countries, you know, but American actors who are, or American comedians that happen to be Asian, it's not that Asians aren't funny. It's just not enough of them. You know, that I think. I mean, you know, I know a lot of people don't like Margaret's show, and I'm not a big fan of Margaret's show, but she's funny. But I did say guy though, so you know, not Margaret's show. But like Joe Coy, I can't picture him on SNL. I cannot. But he's funny. Dat Phan is funny. A lot of people don't like Dat Phan. I think he's funny though. I think Dat Phan is a funny dude. So I guess you guys are saying, well, dang, Jay, you don't have a good... I don't know. I can't trust your sense of humor if you think Dat Phan's funny. But you guys are hating. You guys are hating on Dat Phan. I'm not much of a Bobby Lee fan. I like Bobby Lee's appearances in movies. Like, he makes these good appearances in movies that I think are funny. But I didn't really like him on Mad TV. Ken Jeong is the juggernaut, man. He is the go-to guy for the Asian character. You know, I really think Ken Jeong is... I want Ken Jeong to host SNL. But I think if the Asian guy is kind of like the same thing as the black woman. Not necessarily, but if they cast an Asian, a male Asian guy, if he's a male, I mean, you know, if they cast an Asian guy, yo, the message boards, the bloggers, the podcasts, the world would explode. I'm telling you, these are missed opportunities. Let's see, another thing that SNL should have got. Oh yeah, I already talked about this. They said they need another straight man. Okay, they need another black person, black chick. A weekend update person. They need a person. They need like a rugged comedian for weekend update. I don't want to see I don't want to see a straight laced, clean cut guy with clean jokes. They need another Norm MacDonald. They need a this ain't cute guy. They need a guy with a leather jacket on, smoking a cigarette, telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? That's what they need. They need another Norm, man. They need another guy. They don't need a smile for the camera, waka waka waka, Seth Meyers guy. And Seth Meyers is funny, by the way, but I'm saying they don't need that. They don't need any flair. They need a guy who's hard and rugged. And that's basically all I want to say about the missed opportunities on SNL. They definitely should have cast. They should. I don't know that. What SNL ended up casting? They ended up casting 5 more white people. that look like they can pretty much do the same thing as any other white person they could have got. But you know what? I said I was going to talk about the new cast members, and I ended up not talking about that because I want to cut the podcast short for a minute because I want to come back to it. Because I know when these podcasts are too long, you guys are not going to stick around for the point. So I need to make them 15, 16 minutes, get my point across, and then do another one if you guys want to hear another point. But that's all I'm going to say for now. I just want to talk about the missed opportunities. The next podcast, I'm going to talk about the people they actually got. All right? So that's all I want to say for now. I'm just some guy named Jay. And also check out Mr. Boom Boom Bang. I got his links in the information box below. And that's it. Good night and have a pleasant tomorrow.